Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be showing y'all how to put together my alternate build for the 501st Battle Pack. I posted this on Reddit a couple of weeks back, maybe about a month back, and I got a lot of positive feedback on it and had some people asking for instructions. I'm not good at any of the instruction building software yet, so I figured the easiest way to do it would probably just be show you guys a video of me building one up. So here is, if you didn't see the post on Reddit, the original build that I did. Like a lot of you, I bought several battle packs, and you know, I built some of them up, parted some of them out in my own collection. But with my most recent one, I kind of wanted to challenge myself to seeing what I could build using just the parts included in the pack. So this is what I came up with. You know, the only thing I had in mind, I wasn't going after anything that I'd seen in universe. I just wanted a vehicle that could carry all 4 of the troopers. So this is what I came up with. I'm going to go ahead and move that off to the side. So what you'll need for this, obviously, is 501st Battle Pack. I went ahead and opened one up and dumped all the parts out, got the stud shooters and the troopers out of the way so we wouldn't have to deal with those. Now, this doesn't use all of the parts included in the build. It just uses, you know, some of them. I'd say it probably uses somewhere in the neighborhood of 3/4 of the parts included. So definitely some leftover parts. You're not using anything, and maybe someone out there will see what I'm doing and maybe have a better version of it in mind that you can build up. And if that's cool, if you find a better way to make something like this, improve upon the design, you know, let me know. I would definitely love to hear some feedback. So that being said, I'm just going to pull out some of the parts. We'll just kind of do this in batches. I'll just pull it out, and then I'll show you all you guys all the parts whenever we get there. All right, so the pieces that I have here are the pieces that we're going to use for constructing the kind of center nose section at the front end of the vehicle. You see, you've got the longest piece. I think what is this, a 2x12? Yeah. I got 3 1x2s. 1 2x2 in the light bluish gray. I got this 2x3 in the blue. I've got 3 of the 1x2 solid, and then 1 of the same with the Technic axle hole. And I just using this one here because it's a good place to hide that away whenever you come up in the final design and have it all put together. It'll be kind of hidden away so you won't see it. It's just so I didn't have to use it somewhere else where it'd be more visible. So let's just start putting this together. First off, I'm just going to take this. Oh, forgot a couple of my pieces. Right, so obviously these 2 pieces, need those. Set those off to the side. All right, this is where we're going to put that brick with the axle hole. We'll just put a solid one next to it. I'm trying to remember how I went here. Okay, and just this little 1x2 kind of dark bluish gray grill brick there. And that could be a spot for our control panel. And this is going to go on the underside just to secure that in place. One more piece I forgot. Just this little grill piece right here. Just put that up there, just kind of soak up some space. And that is the kind of nose front end section. I'm going to pull out the other pieces and we'll start building off to the sides. All right, so here are the parts that we're going to need for the side panels near the pilot's quarters on the speeder bike. It's really just the same build for both sides. You just got to mirror it. So I need more of those. So that. My apologies, I keep forgetting parts. You're going to need 2 of these 1x2 blue wedge pieces as well. Snap these on here. All right, so there you go. There you go. That is the left hand or passenger side or whatever side you want to think of the build. So all we've got to do is just mirror that for the other side. All right, and there is your other side. Gonna get something about like that. So next I'll get the pieces, we'll connect it all together and then start building out towards the back end. All right, so next we're gonna build up our connections so that we can get our 2 little side panels on, and also start building up the connections to start going towards the back and a little bit of the flooring in the back, and get that all connected up so we can start building up into the seating and then that kind of gunner range that's on top. So put that one right there, 3 studs in. That. Now these side panels, because it's this ratcheting part sticks a little bit under this, kind of fender part, the best way to do it is kind of slide it in like that, kind of go in at an angle. And then, oh, it's a little precarious at first. But once you get everything built up, I feel like this is actually a fairly sturdy build. It can always be a little bit better, but same thing here. Send that all down into place. And then up here at the front, I'm going to take these 1x2 jumpers. There we go. Those up here on the front. We'll come back in a little bit and put a grill on these for a little bit of detailing, but it's probably one of the least secure parts of the build, so if I put it on now, I'm just going to be knocking them off the whole time. So we'll come back to that, but it does give it a little bit more rigidity there to kind of hold all of that in place. So now we're going to start building out towards the back. You take this guy, and right there. And then on the underside here, we actually do need to, I needed a little bit of extra space, so we're just going to slide 1x2. Use a blue one right there. Doesn't do anything for the structure, but at the end I need it to kind of use to anchor everything off of. So just slide that in right there. So we're going to set this off to the side. Actually, there's one more thing. We're going to go ahead and put this guy right there. Now, I'm going to set this off to the side. We're going to take these pieces and we're going to construct the back end flooring. You can take this guy, center it right along there. And then this, like I said, is our kind of back end. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of seating in there for our troopers. And this also helps kind of tie everything together a little bit more, give it a little bit more rigidity for when you start building on it. And I just alternate the black and blue because that's what I had. There wasn't enough remaining blue or black to make them all four the same color. So not a big deal in my book, though. You know, I'm not too concerned about that. So the next, you're just going to come slap that right on there. Pushing it as secure as you can, but again, it's a little shaky until you get it all together. And we're going to use that guy right there. And the last thing I'm going to do is just come across here with this guy, snap that in for a little bit more rigidity, plus we used that to build off of. So now we're starting to see the back end come into shape a little bit, and we've got the front end pretty much tied all together and pretty snug. So now let me get out the pieces and we'll start building up the back end. All right, so here's some of the parts we're going to use to kind of build up the back a little bit more, start going for that kind of wall around the back, and start building a little bit into that center section for that kind of gunnery post. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these studs, and because again I'm working within the limitations of what I had in the set, and you know, maybe I missed a piece somewhere that would have been better used here, but I need a little bit more length here than I had bricks or plates even to build up. So I'm just going to stack up 3 of these studs. I just used 2 of the red and 1 of the black hollow studs. I'm just going to place that right, sorry, off camera there a little bit, right there. Again, that's just going to give me a little bit of extra height that I need to get everything built up and connected the right way. I'm going to take this brick, and this is actually a 1x2 with the slot on one side. I'm just going to face it in. I don't really want the slot for anything, and this is a good enough place to hide it. It won't be too noticeable once we get everything tied up here. And then I'm going to come with a 1x4. Snap that into place. All right, sorry about that. I noticed when I was putting this together that I'd actually placed my seats in the incorrect position, so I'm just gonna go ahead and change those real quick. Come on. There we go. Need to be all the way out to the edge there. All right, so there we go. There's where our seats need to be. I apologize for that again. You know, Didn't make any instructions up for this as I went, and I've only rebuilt it once or twice for the video, you know, just getting prepared to shoot the video. So, missed that detail, sorry, but that's the correct placement. Now we can start over. I'm going to put a little stack right there. Put that guy right there. And now, put that 1x4 right there. I'm going to come across, I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So just make that stack. And of course, if you have your own parts, you know, you can just put a 1x brick right there and take up that space, or you can change this in any way you want. But again, just using the limitation of the parts on hand, that's what I was able to get out of it. So that right there. So we've got that kind of front section built up. Now this needs to be a little bit wider, so I'm going to go ahead and put these guys on. Now I've got a little bit of meat to hang them on. Right out here to the sides. I'm going to come in these circular 2x2 plates. There we go. And now I'm going to start building up the back end a little bit. So you just use these inverted slopes. I just like the kind of shape that they gave it towards the back end there. And then again, I need a little bit more space than the bricks allowed, so I'm going to make another 2 stacks of my round studs. I'll put those on either side, or on the inside of these 2 inverted slopes. Nope, I forgot a couple of pieces. Then I'm going to come in, you're going to need 2 of the headlamp bricks. And those will go right there. Right there. And then we're going to use these 1x2 axle bricks. I just kind of like this was a good spot back end. It's not technically greebling, I don't guess, but just a little bit of extra texture to the back end there that I just liked with that. So, then we're going to put this guy right here. And the same right here. Then we're going to take this and put it in like that, and I'm going to use this right here. With that tilted all the way up. And then we're going to take this dark bluish gray 2x3, snap that in place. Now we're starting to get that platform going across for our gunner position. Put this right there as well. And then let me get out a few more pieces and we'll continue building up these sides and in the actual gunnery post itself, and we're almost done. All right, so here are the rest of the pieces that we need to finish this off and be done with it. So continuing on to build up this back side here, we're just going to start, oh, of course. Forgot a piece right off the bat. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, and as I have 4 of the blue 1x2s, I actually realized when I was searching for parts that I didn't have enough of those in the set to keep the blue pattern going around here. And you can see the one I posted online, I have a black 1x2 in this spot. But I had kind of a duh moment where I was like, okay, well, I had a 1x2 under here, so I went ahead and color swapped. So I took that 1x2 that I put a blue one in here earlier in the video to soak up some space. I pulled that out real quick off camera and put in my black 1x2 in that same spot. Again, because you're not going to really see that much, and it allows me to keep the color scheme going a little bit better here on the back side. So I was pretty happy that I figured that out. I always like to keep a good color scheme going if I can. Just going to take the headlamp bricks, and I just liked the idea of having the big open, oh gosh, sorry guys, I'm off camera there again. Put the headlamp brick here. I like the idea of having it outside here. It's going to be a little bit covered up, the big blocky opening, by that ski fin in a little bit. But I don't know, it reminded me of like an exhaust port, or I don't know. You can turn it around. I don't think it's going to interfere with the ski at all. Or if you wanted to put some more detailing on it there, by having that stud face the outside. Either way is really good. I just kind of liked it this way. So, oh, forgot another one. I'll need that light bluish gray 1x2. So then I'll take the blue one. And then here's where we're going to use. Oh, I don't need you. I need you. These with the little tiny kind of axle pins poking out. Those are going to grab our skis in a little bit. And then now, coming here with this kind of metallic colored little tooth or claw piece. Or I just like the idea of having that there, just giving a little bit of a kind of menacing look. I don't know, just fun. I don't know. But, right, and then, okay. Sorry, I have to go back and reference the other one a couple of times to see. And I'm going to take these rounded clip pieces, stick them in here. It gives you a clip on the inside. With the pieces that were in the set, I really didn't have anything to clip onto this to make it anything useful at all. But with some extra pieces and maybe a little bit of a redesign, move those in. Maybe you could put some extra, kind of guns affixed to the ship, face them out. I don't know, but for my purposes, I really just need them to soak up the space right there. I'm going to take this grill piece and go like that. Now, I need studs right here. Again, I went with the red ones, just because you get so many of them with the stud shooter that came with the ATRT and just all the extra stuff, so plenty of those around. And then we're going to take these little slope pieces, snap those in place right there. Now, I like the idea of using these slope pieces at the side because when you look at it, it gives kind of a low profile to the side, so I can imagine a trooper's just, jumping out real quick over the sides right there with that kind of slanted down design. I don't know. Again, it was with the limitation of the parts. I did what I could, but I kind of like that. I like it when I can let the parts tell a story. Ah, dang, I forgot another piece. There we go. So you're going to take these ratchet 2x2s, stick them on the back there. Just come in with these grill pieces. And, you can color swap any of this stuff too. I put these metallic grayish grill pieces up here at the front. You could swap those out for the blue, bring, the metallic ones back here, anything. Again, it's up to your own discretion. It's just kind of what I found worked best whenever I was done. Take these. Sorry, I keep floating off camera, guys. Slope it in. There we go. These cheese slopes on either side. And I'm going to take these 1x3 tiles, put those there. Oh, I forgot another piece. Here we go. There we go. So a 2x4 right there. I'm going to take these. Just like like that. Nice place to put some guns while they're in transport, or just hold anything else, or just soak up some space if that's what you're needing in the design, which is what I needed. Going with that right there. For another piece, little blue grill right there. And then this is going to be the spot for your trooper on the top to stand on. Sorry, the focus went a little derpy there. This is my design for the gun. I mean, you could do whatever you want. I mean, you could even make it, super big, put that black candle piece in the end there. But I didn't want anything too obtrusive. I didn't want to take it away from the overall design, to have a huge gun. Looking at you, this year's AAT. And so there you got that top gun right there. Now for some of the detailing, come in, put our ski pieces on the side. Oh. Easier said than done. There we go. There we go. Then for the back side here, we'll take some more of these red studs. Put those on the back just for, I don't know, a suggestion of thrust. I don't know. Just something to put on those headlamp bricks. And then I like these little grates going down, these kind of sloped grate pieces. They're not the most secure. They've each only got, I'm sorry, still floating off camera. They've each only got one stud worth of connection. But, if you're just using this in a scene, if you're doing a big 501st base mock or battle mock and you want to throw one of these in, you're not going to really be playing with it that much. It'll hold on. And me and my daughter have actually played with the first one that I made and didn't have any problem knocking anything off, really. Same thing up here at the front. Just going to kind of slide those on. These are pretty precarious. They can be moved around pretty easily, but again, if you're not playing with it, if it's just a display, part of a mock, it shouldn't be a big issue. And I just kind of liked the detailing that they gave. Oh, also need these guys just for the suggestion of controls. Again, it could be done better with different pieces, but again, I like the idea of just using what's in the set. And then at the very end, we just need to put something on the bottom, because with these ratchet pieces here, they actually, you can kind of force them down, but it'll pop back up on its own, and it can't, because of this grill piece, or not grill, fender piece, the way it slopes in, it can't quite ratchet up into position. So my solve for that was to take, because you get a lot of these blue dish pieces, put those here, and then it still needs just a little bit more to get the front end, so I just took the last remaining of those red studs, clamp those in here. It may look a little ridiculous, and again, you could leave those out, and if you laid it down, you wouldn't get too much force coming off this. I don't think it would be a bad, anything, that bad, but just having it, the ability for it to be stable and not hit on those is something. And plus with the red there, again, you get a little bit of that suggestion of thrust, or repulsor lift, or whatever you want to name it. But that is it. that is the entire build right there. It is pretty sturdy in the end. Like I said, there's a couple of pieces you can knock around, and if you really go at it hard, you can, you know, kind of loosen it. It does get a little weak right through this section here. With some additional pieces, you know, yeah, that would be easy enough to kind of secure up. And this is what is left in the end. Like I said, you guys out there might be able to see some way better stuff to do with these pieces to incorporate than I did, but yeah, this is what I have left at the end. Plenty of good plate pieces to add on. What I like about this too is, you know, I wanted something, you know, originally my idea was something that could hold all 4 of the troopers. Get in there, buddy. But what I came up with, you know, in the end, this can actually hold more than the 4 troopers I kind of envisioned. So we've got 4 that come with the pack right there. But then, you know, you could even, because there's still some space right here, you'd have someone kind of standing up here, and you could even get yourself up to 6 troopers in this particular carrier. Come on, buddy, get in there. Alright, so you got all of a sudden you got a 6-person transport. These guys in the front can even sit down. It just starts getting a little awkward for them after a second. They're pretty close to their buddies. Yeah, it's pretty close quarters, but you could get them in there. They'll snap in if you work hard enough at it. But yeah, so that is my alternate build for the 501st Battlepack. I think I called it the Assault Speeder Bike, but you know, like I said, just a troop transport, something that could carry at least 4 of them, and only use the parts from the battle pack. That's it. If you guys have any suggestions or if you liked it, let me know. Otherwise, y'all have a good one.